A 28% dip in home sales in the month of July may be signs that the market here in Brantford might be starting to cool off. But Jeff, does that mean it's a bad time to buy or sell? Not necessarily. In this video, we are going to go over the latest real estate numbers for August 2023 for the market here in Brantford, Ontario. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you exactly what it means for both buyers and sellers. Hey guys, Jeff here, your favorite Brantford YouTube real estate agent, and I'm going to give you the lowdown on exactly what happened in the month of July here in the Brantford real estate market. So stay tuned and let's get to it right now. There were 167 homes that sold across all of Brantford in the month of July. Now this is up 27% from last year, but is down 28% just from last month. Now this is very typical of the real estate market here in Ontario, where things tend to slow down during these summer months. We really only have about 2 months worth of summer here, so a lot of families take the time to go on vacation with their families during this time because the kids are off school, so there aren't very many sales during this time of year. I usually compare it to what it is like in December and January. The average sales price for a detached house here in Brantford was $793,182. Now this is up 10% from last year and is actually up 1% from June. This continues the upward trends from the lows that we saw last October. Now a lot of estimators were predicting that we were only going to see a 4 to 6% increase year over year, but they have started to adjust those expectations, and as we started to see a much higher return than what they were expecting. I expect prices to continue to climb throughout the rest of this year. It may be a modest increase, but it is still going to be increasing year over year and month over month. The average day on the market that it took to sell a house in Brantford jumped from 22 days to 23 days. Now this is just a modest jump, but it is very typical of a healthy real estate market where there is a good amount of both supply and demand. There were 416 new homes to hit the market in July. Now with the amount of sales that we are having every month, this puts us at about a 3.44 months worth of inventory that is on the market. This means that if nothing else were to come on the market, it would take 3.5 months to sell everything. Now this is up almost a whole month worth of inventory from June, where it was 2.4 months in June. But as I say, this puts us in a regular market territory, and it is a balanced market. The sales to list price ratio is one of the most important factors that you need to look at when gauging the real estate market. In this case, it is remaining at 100%. And if you didn't know, this measures what things sell for based on what they listed for. And because it is at 100%, most sellers are getting exactly what they want when they list their home. Jeff, does that mean I could list my house for whatever I want and I would get it? No, it doesn't mean you're going to get exactly what you want for your house. You're still going to have to base your price based on market data that is available and price it according to things that have happened in the past and where you see things going in the future. Speak to your real estate agent so that you know exactly the right price to list your house at. The Bank of Canada did raise the overnight interest rate by another 0.5%, raising the overnight interest rate to 5%. Canada is experiencing the first period of high inflation in a generation. Over the last 2 years, the price of goods and services has rapidly risen. This has eroded the purchasing power of our dollar and has made life less affordable for Canadians. Inflation is measured by the annual change to the Consumer Price Index. The Bank of Canada's goal is to keep this around 2%. CPI inflation hit a 4-decade high at 8.1% in June 2022. It has been trending downwards since then, and in July 2023, the CPI inflation was 3.3%. Now, there is another overnight interest rate announcement coming on September 12th, and not many people know exactly what the Bank of Canada will do. Because we are still at 3.3%, we cannot rule out that they will not do another rate hike. While a lot of economists are saying that the rate is going to be paused, we know that the Bank of Canada doesn't really follow what they've been saying, as they have continued to raise the overnight interest rate to try to tame inflation. And now the question of the day, do you think it's a good time to buy or sell? What do you think is going to happen in the last quarter of 2023? I would really love to know what you think is going to happen. So leave it down in the comments below. What does this mean for buyers? As the overnight interest rate continues to go up, and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight for the Bank of Canada in tightening the market and making it harder for first-time home buyers, it is literally a race against time. Now, there is a chance that interest rates will go down about as fast as they've gone up. This is historically true, but we cannot bank on this fact. As it looks right now, the longer you wait, the harder it is going to be for you to qualify for your mortgage. Summertime is usually also a good time to buy because there is less competition from other buyers, because they are focused on going on vacation and not necessarily finding a new home to live in. With September approaching quickly, it also brings the fall market. This means there will be a lot more homes that are going to come to the market, but this also means that all the buyers that were on vacation are going to come back to the market, and you may face some competition on those homes that really do stand out. Home prices are also continuing to rise as the months go on. So as the mortgage rates keep going up and the prices go up, it is a race against time. You're going to want to make sure that you get your ducks in order sooner rather than later. If you want a copy of our Ultimate Home Buyer's Guide so you know exactly what to expect during the home buying process, there is a link in the description below for you to download that for free. What does this mean for sellers? If you are locked into a low 2% rate and you don't really need to move, then you shouldn't really sell, because mortgage interest rates are a lot higher right now. The only exception to this is if you are able to port your mortgage, and that way you can still have the same low interest rate that you can take advantage for the next couple of years. As mentioned before, that interest rates could come down just as quickly as they went up, as they do when we get slammed into a recession, which is where the Bank of Canada wants us to go. But my caution to you is do this only if you can afford those higher payments for the next 5 years. The same is true is if you were looking to downsize your house. You're not going to be so concerned with the higher mortgage rate terms, because you are going to be either mortgage free or you're going to have a lot less of a mortgage to cover it. With that said, home prices tend to be a lot more stable during high interest times. So if you can get in and downsize to a home that fits your lifestyle more perfectly, now might be a good time to do it, because you don't have to worry so much about those high interest payments. You see, everyone's situation is very different. There's no one size fits all, and there's no perfect time to buy or sell. If you are thinking about selling in the fall, the last 2 weeks of the summer tend to be the best time to do all of those things around the house that you have neglected over the last little bit that will get your house ready to stand out in fall. So take the time over the next 2 weeks, tackle that honey to-do list, get the painting done, the landscaping in perfect shape, get your house decluttered, talk to your agent about the different strategies you could take come the fall market, and create a specific plan to your situation. We actually have a 10 DIY staging things that you can do to your house in a PDF, and the link for that is in the description below. So if you're interested in that, click on it, download it, and get started on getting your house ready for sale. If you like this video, then you're going to watch this video right here because it's packed with all kinds of useful information. So I'll see you in the next video.